Today we are going to do ETL demonstration with the Azure cloud. We will be doing some data flow. We will be using in Azure. We will be using Azure Data Factory to demonstrate the simplest one, uh, simplest one ETL flow, ETL data flow. That we will be reading cars CSV file into SQL Server. So let us get started on Azure. Here we have our virtual. I mean, this is our local uh, Azure, virtual machine. So where we use Azure here. So let us try to build all those components that we need in our Azure cloud, right? So Azure cloud, here you see we don't have any resource groups, because what we do is mostly we control all the components, all the resources that we create in Azure cloud. They come under the resource group. So I have only network watch group, which is default one. We don't create anything. This is just for watching the, I mean, it is for cloud internally, right? So if we delete this one, it will be created automatically anyways. But our task is to create our source groups and create our resources, and then we will try to visualize the ETL work group workflow. Let us start creating the from the source group. So my source group will be called ETL dash something, right? For example, ETL RG dash one, right? Whatever, whatever you can imagine, right? So try to get it validated, and then we will create it, you know. So once it is created, then we will go inside the source group, and then we will create a so for the implementation of ETL workgroup, ETL workflow, we need to store the data file in cloud storage. So let us create a storage, storage, storage. When you type storage, you find storage account here. So that is what we are looking for. Storage account, this one. And we will create it, and then say under same resource group, because we have only one, so that's why it is coming that way, right? So you can create new if you want, but we have created the ETL resource group one. So let us create a storage name ETL storage for storage STO and number one, right? Let us see if that is available, right? So whatever ETL STO storage, right? One. So we are creating under standard, and we don't need geo redundant, is little wider. We will make it a little local, right? So we will review it, and if validation passes, then yeah, okay. So it's not saying, it's not telling me anywhere which it is passed, but subscription as you go. Okay, well, create is available, so let us create it, deploying it, right? So once the source group, once the storage account is created, inside the storage account, we need to create one container where we can upload the CSV file, right? So let us wait for storage, account created, and then what else we need? We can do little bit in parallel, right, to save some time, if possible. So what we need, what next thing is we need? Why we need to have a, well, this is created already, so let us finish this one first, right? A container. There's no container at all at this time. This is default container, and we will be using a container for data, right? Let us say data. Create. Let us say if this is available. Oh, we got the data container available, right? So good one. And let's go back to the resource group. Within the resource group, we will create now. Now we will create a Azure SQL Server database, right? Azure SQL. When you check Azure SQL, then you find this Azure SQL. This Azure SQL is a relational database. We are going to create this one For this is single database one, like for this demonstration we don't we don't think too much about it, because just like it's for a few minutes only, right? Create, and by create it and give it some name, ETL DB, right? ETL and DB1, like it's not taking that way. No, it's taking, right? ETL DB1, right? See, and then create a server, because now that is the way the design is, like we need a SQL account, ETL user, ETL user, ETL user, and I will give one password for ETL user, fine, and then I will give a confirm the password. Now see here, we need a this is a server name. We need server name, ETL. I would say ETL. Now it does not allow dashes in between this one, right? ETL server, right? ETL server. No, it's not actually ETL server. ETL DB server, right? ETL DB, ETL database server, right? Oh, that is used already. If I put DB, then it is used, right? So I will remove E and I will remove 2E, then it's okay, right? ETL DB server, right? So see, it is allowed, it is available. So after that, what we need, we will not need the geo redundant. Geo redundant is for whole worldwide, right? Kind of thing across the countries, right? But locally is good, because we are not going to do anything very, very important, right? So we are just testing it. So we don't want a SQL elastic thing. Elastic is you can increase it on the flow, right? On the fly, right? So we are going to review this one, and if this is good, whatever, see what cost, not bad. 1 month 649 Canadian, right? So yeah, okay, that is for 1 month, and per hour. Anyway, who care? So let us create it now, and we will give it a go to create this one. Meanwhile, we will turn to other resource which we need. For now, we have got one is a storage account, and in the storage account we will store our text file, which is a source data, right? Data source actually, So yeah, then what else we need? Data store, what we call data factory, right? Create data factory, DATA, data factory. See, data factory. So in data factory, we will go and create one, give it a name. I don't think what else it will require from us. We will go for V2, not V1. Okay. So ETL data, right? Factory. Whatever. I mean, you can keep smallest name if it allows me. I mean, sometimes what happens is not available. So most of the time it should be available, right? It should not be any problem. So it is creating that thing. For meanwhile, let us upload. Let it create. See, there are deployments going on. Oh, one deployment failed. Why? ETL RG failed. Why? Deployment to source is failed. Underlying API must be helpful. So we will have to see this one. Why is failing? This one should not fail. Data factory is not going in. ETL data factory, ETL source, ETL data factory is not being created. So I don't know why. Well, specified source name is already in use. Bullshit. So it is already in use. Why not verify this before? I don't know why. Okay, that's not very serious. Okay, let us change it. Change the name, or what to do? I don't know. Like, let us create the new one. Delete it. Delete deployment. Yes. Okay. So you can go and create data factory again. Create, and what is data factory? Data factory, DATA data factory, right? So data factory, and we will try to do one more name, right? Data factory create as you go RTG. So ETL data factory, I put one. Yeah, data factory one. Let us see. Review is good, and then create. Let us see how it goes. So yeah, I hope this one will go fine. And what again failed again, right? Why? So ETL failed from underlying API. That might be helpful. So you know what it says? Might be that again failed. Our name is already in use. ETL data factory name is again a same shit, right? Why it is not confirming? Because every resource used to be confirmed before submitting the deployment. This time I don't know what is happening, right? So let us see. uh, I cannot spend time on this one, right? So let us go to resource group again and try to give it a little longer name, right? So what you can do, this is, oh, database is created already, so we have server available, we have storage available, and everything is good. Now only thing we need data factory, right? So let us submit data factory, right? So ETL DBF, what we can do, I mean, what name can you suggest me? ETL data factory. Okay, not 1 2 3 4 5 whatever, data factory uh, test one. Now I gave it little longer name. I mean, who can imagine if this one is not available, right? So if that is still like that, then you are really not a good luck. Pin to dashboard or what a good. Oh yeah, this is complete, right? That's good. Okay, so let us do the other thing. Let us upload the CSV. Yeah, okay. So I have a CSV available somewhere. Let me bring it to the machine. I have a CSV available somewhere in here. Okay, so where is my car CSV, right? So okay, let us see. Copy. I'm going to bring it into the machine where we are working, and you are seeing only this machine. I see. I hope. So yeah, in our documents, we don't have. We don't have. Okay, in documents we don't have. So, but let me put the CRV, car CRV, CSV, sorry, and uploading to our container. Okay, so we are on our storage account, and here is our container, which is data container. So in container, okay, data container, inside data container there is upload button. So I will browse for the files, and browsing means that I am going to, oh, there is another one. Why is it going outside? Documents, and there is car CSV, okay, which is good, and upload, right? So car CSV is already there, the file is there, right? So yeah. And then we need to create we have created the database, we need to create the table first, right? So this car CSV is good, and then we have to create, let us go to our storage group, and in the storage group we have our database. So in the database we will go to editor, and in the editor we will have to ETL user, and I will say, oh well, there might be issue with the what we need to fix the access to the database also. Let us see. Yeah, okay, so this is okay. So where is our database? This is our database, and set firewall rules. This is our database, right? Show me overview. Okay. Oh yeah, that is fine. Okay, give me set firewall rules. In set firewall rules, I have selected networks, right? Selected networks are going to use this database. This is for Azure services. See, when we are using Azure Data Factory, this is required, right? But I am adding my client IP also. So I'm saving this access now. And then I will go to same editor. Okay, and then this ETL user, and ETL user will be now able to get into the editor, right? So let me get the create table query, right? So we are creating cars table, right, in our database, right? So here is the paste and run it, right? And query is succeeded. We have cars table. So the database name is whatever, but we have cars table, right? So database table is ETL-DB-1, right? So we're good here, but we need to go to Azure Data Factory. Inside Azure Data Factory, we will prepare something, okay? Something means ETL workflow, right? So I will leave this open like that, and then I will duplicate this one so that we can go to Data Factory, Data Factory Studio, right? So from here, I will go to source group again, and from the source group we have Data Factory. Where is our Data Factory? Test one, right? Data Factory test one. So from there, Launch Studio, we will go to the Data Factory Studio, where we will create pipeline, right? So here in this one, you can author. What we gonna author? We want to author for data pipeline, right? So in data pipelines, new pipeline, okay, and in the pipeline we have a copy function. Well, you know what? Can we do the data flow? In the copy function, yeah, that works well, right? In the copy function, it works well. But let me try the data flow will be better, right? So I will just review myself and get back to you. And data flow, I think data flow should be available for us, right? And see, let me. Yeah, basically we are not using we are using only copy data for today. So it will make same kind of uh, um, performance, same kind of workflow as we do on our on premises, right? So we will go to datasets, right? First, we have to create a new dataset. New dataset we are creating for reading the text file. So it is a blob type. So we'll continue, and then we need the limited text. Continue, and we will read the we read it cars, CARS, cars. I mean that is fine, and now we need to create a linked service, right? Because now like in the cloud there are a couple of things that we need to do. That is mandatory, that is the required one thing, that is the essential part of connections. So here is a linked service. We will create a new one, and we will say Azure blob, I will say blob link, right? I will call it link like that, right? Blob link. So account key is good, Azure subscription is good, and we will select our Azure subscription. Then we will still select our storage account, and from there, let us create, right? So we have created the blob link and card and blob link, now container in the directory, and file name. So first row as header, like yes, that's correct, right? And then from connection store, import schema. Okay, we are going to create cars, right? Cars dataset, right? So this is the cars dataset, and you know what? Like we are looking at a cars dataset. You see, this pipeline we created a copy data, but now we have created one data set, right? Data set blob link is the link, right? We are linking to blob. We can test the connection is good, successful. We can container. We have the container path and directory, and then file name. Let us browse it and set it up to the point where we can see the data, right? So we are going to browse it, and then in the data folder, data container, we have CSV. Now we have set up everything. Preview the data. Let us preview the data. This is data. We have the data, so we can connect to the one that that is whatever required, right? We don't need compression. We don't the delimiter is already set up. All the qualities, all the all the parameters that we require, that is set up already. So this is ready. For now, we are reading the data through the copy function. We are copying data from the text file to the database. So data set for the data side CSV file has been done already, right? But we need another data set. Why? then where we are syncing it, where we are putting the data in, right? The new data set that will be going to be SQL, right? Azure SQL. Where is the Azure SQL? Azure SQL, Azure SQL, right? This is the Azure SQL database, right? Now we have to have a link again, link for a database, going to Azure DB, Azure DB database, right? And connection string or whatever, select all this one, and then we have server name, and then we have database name, ETL DB1, right? And authentication is SQL, username is ETL user, and then we will give the password. So the password is as I remember, entered now, and from there, always encrypted. No, we don't care much, right? This is just a trial, right? Testing, right? So yeah, we are creating the connection. Now table name. Well, we have created the the what we call is data set. Data set is your SQL table 1, and we need to select the table. Cars table we created already, and from there we say okay, right? So data set is Azure SQL table. So data one is cars. Now this one is the one, right? Azure DBO cars, edit our test connection. We are good, and from there we can view the data. Preview the data. There's no data, right? There's no data because this is new table created, right? We created a table, but there's no data, right? So we're good here. Up to here we are good. Now let us move to the pipeline so that we can set the properties accordingly, right? So on the data copy function, source, we need to select the source, Azure cars, right? We can select both ways, right? This way or that way, the way we want to follow the data, right? To make the copy possible, right? We will do that one in future videos, right? So on the source, we can, when we are doing this one, we can preview the data here also. I mean, for your, it's up to you, if you are confident enough, right? Fine. Otherwise, everything else is good here, and I don't see anything else we need to do here. Okay, now there is sync. Sync means where the data is syncing into, which database, sync data set. So sync data set can be anything, but we have a table, right? So insert statement, upsert, right? Oh, we are doing insert for now. We will do something more in future videos, like we will go to more details. But for now, this is good. The mapping, how to do the mapping, dynamic content, right? So I think that is fine. Let us try to function have been set up, and then we will do debug. So we will do the debug, and if we do the debug, the data is going there. That means our workflow is working, right? So I guess we can continue up to that point, and then we will actually publish all. Let me publish all, right? First of all, even though without checking, I'm publishing it, just taking risk, right? But the procedure wise, you will be doing the debug first. What you will do when you will be doing debug, the data is already going in, right? Publishing is completed already. Now we are doing debug. Oh, well, this is reverse order. We should not be doing that way, right? But copy data function debug is successful. I don't see it didn't give us any valid data, or is it still going on? I think this is not, has not. Let me see. On the other side, we can check. Oh yeah, succeeded. Copy data succeeded. So it succeeded means how much data might have gone. All the rows went into the table, right? So let us check on here, because we can query the table here, right? Remove the query from here, and we will say select count from. Okay, so select. Usually you will say star from car, right? This is the way to run the query, right? See, you see the data is there, right? Whatever data was there, it is here, right? Again, you can, I would recommend to check count how many rows have gone there, right? Inside. This is every ETL developer will do, right? 428. Now, this is one we have done through the debug function. Debug function, if you repeat the run again in whatever mode, debug mode or maybe run mode or whatever, right? If you do, then you know what, like you can add trigger here, right? Or you can trigger now. I can trigger it now, right? And then trigger pipeline using the last published you know parameter. We don't need to trigger the pipeline you now using last published. We don't need the parameter. We have not defined the parameter. We will go to that much details in future videos, right? But before I prepare some other videos, spend some time on this kind of stuff. Takes a lot of time, takes a lot of effort. I need your feedback. Everybody, you are a family member of CRC, our team, right? And we regard you as on priority kind of thing, right? So just give us your feedback. We will try our best to give you the solution if there is anything that you want us to solve for you on your behalf, right? So see, the copy data succeeded again 1136. Yes. So it seems that a trigger has triggered the let us check the count this time. See, this is now doubled, right? So in because it's not ideal situation. If you have a quick query in your mind, quick question in your mind, you know what to do. Like it's doubling. If somebody runs the same text file and it's adding data and somebody triggering twice, what happens? Let me tell you what you do. Like it's not an ideal solution, but you know what? This is at least this is the preferable solution that. On our copy data function, we will go to the properties, and when we will see sync on the sync side, when the data is coming to sync at the time the trigger, right? We can delete from the table, right? Cars, right? When we put delete from cars, this is the script that we suggest. We are suggesting the database engine to do the cleanup before we add the data. So with this one, we have to publish all again, right? Otherwise, you know what? If you don't publish, then the change is not saved, and then this function will not work, right? So now I am triggering one more time after the publishing, and you will see that it will every time you run, it will have only single set of data, single set of rows, right? So single set of rows means 428 rows, right? So this is the way we run ETL pipelines. Now, you might have seen, if you have seen the other previous video from our team or from somewhere else, ETL basic workflow would be, see, the run succeeded. Let us check the data first. Basic workflow, have three components, right? See, 428 now, even if you run multiple times, it will be 428, no more than that. So what I was saying that, like if you have seen previously that, ETL workflows are all having three components. One is read, write. Here we have three. Only the representation wise, they can do it, but I mean, it's up to Azure that they want to show it that way or not, right? See the pipeline. Pipeline starts from copy data function. If there is transformation, there will be transformation plus copy data plus something like that. We will come to the complex workflows, and then you will have more than one. This is only simple copy data is the for simplicity, right? But reading data is extract, then transformation or modification or whatever, and then putting data into the target. Putting data into the target is load. So copy data function is load function actually. Copy data is doing both parts like extract and load, right? There is no transformation in between. If you have to do transformation, then after reading the data is coming to the transformation, then transformation will give it to copy data or whatever, right? So we will talk about multiple steps. Then we will have more than one components for ETL workflow. So that is it for today, and I appreciate your time. You guys have watched the video up to now. Please like, subscribe, and let us know. Share with the other people so that we can quickly build up one community that can come along with us to give us feedback, to give us stimulation to prepare more things for you guys. Like, subscribe, and share this video so that, and then give us some feedback. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. See you soon for next video. Thank you. Bye.